everyone, welcome back to Let's Get Real. Thank you for joining me. I am so sorry if I sound like I have swallowed a frog. I have a cold and it's been absolutely brutal, guys, but I am completely dedicated to you, and so I am bringing you this video live and direct with my cold. Today we are going to be talking about whether we can actually really afford Christmas. If you know you've had a really rough year financially, I'm going to be talking about steps that you could probably take and tips that you could use to reduce how much you spend at Christmas. It's been a really rough year for a lot of us. We probably haven't seen our family much this year, if at all, and so I know this is a time when everybody is probably going to be wanting to splash out a little bit. According to the Bank of England, many families in December are going to spend approximately £800 more than they normally spend on a normal month. Did you hear me, guys? That's a lot of money. £800. A lot of people have been through a really difficult time financially, myself included, and people have lost jobs, people have been furloughed, self-employed can't work, shops have been closed. Can we really afford to have £800 extra this Christmas? And I know it can be really tempting. The shops have a lot of buy now, pay later, put it on credit, you don't need to pay it now, but you be paying it for the next 25 years. So I know it's very appealing. There are some very appealing deals out there for people to buy things on credit, but guys, is it worth it? That's really the question. If you are struggling financially, or you would like some tips on how you can reduce how much you spend at Christmas, then please stay tuned and don't forget to hit the like button while you're at it. In an ideal world, guys, what would really happen is you should be budgeting for Christmas or Christmas presents throughout the year. So if you've watched any of my previous videos, I'll put links in the description box where I talk about budgeting. And so what you do is there are costs that are one-off costs. You only pay them maybe once a year, things like your car insurance or even perhaps Christmas. What I would propose you do is you budget for those throughout the year. So you put money aside every month. You have some sort of rough idea of how much you spend at Christmas. So you know, if you want to spend £1,000, then roughly you've got to put X amount away every month. So you put that away every month. So when Christmas comes, it's not a surprise. We all know Christmas is coming in December. So we shouldn't be surprised when Christmas comes and we go, oh, hang on, I haven't got any money. So that is in an ideal world. I know December is already here, and so that's not possible at the moment, but hopefully from January you can start doing that if you haven't already started that practice. So what I would say now is I have 8 tips that might be able to help you reduce how much money you have to spend at Christmas. So the first tip really would be for you to actually create a budget which allows you to have Christmas as an expenditure. So you would be saving over the course of the year in preparation for when Christmas comes. You need to keep it real with your family. So I would say having an honest and open conversation with family. If you've been through a difficult time financially, they will completely understand, and odds are they probably have been through a difficult time themselves. The amount of people that have been affected by the pandemic, I am sure you will be pleasantly surprised if you were to say to your family, I'm really struggling this year and I cannot afford to buy presents, or I cannot afford to buy what I normally buy. They might actually have the same response. Set yourself free from the burden of feeling that you have to buy expensive presents or you have to spend a lot of money to have a good Christmas. If you feel that you can afford to buy something for loved ones, then I would suggest that you actually work out how much you're willing or you are able to afford to pay for each person. So make a list. So say you have 10 people on your list and you know you cannot afford to spend more than £20 on each person. So stick to that budget. When you go to the shop, I would suggest whenever you buy an item, you cross off the name of the person you bought the item against. That way you actually know who you've already bought a present for, and then that stops you from repeating presents, because then you start thinking, oh, have I bought a present already for this person? I don't remember. Okay, I'll just get this just in case because it's cheap. So stick to a budget and have a list and cross the names off the list. Tip number 4 goes without saying. It's an obvious one. Shop around for the best prices. So if you find an item that you like and you want to purchase, I would suggest have a look around and compare prices, do online comparisons, see what other shops are selling them for. Just make sure you get the best deal. Tip number 5 is doing a family secret Santa. So the idea of this is you agree with your family on a budget. Each person gets to spend a certain amount and you choose one person in the family to buy a present for. It might actually be better to get one present that you would really appreciate than 10 presents that you're not really going to do anything with. Do not overspend on food. People go crazy at Christmas on food. We need to be very careful because this is an easy way to spend money that we do not have. So plan your meals, know exactly what food you are going to have and the amount of people you're having coming over. It's very likely that this year you're going to have less people than you normally do because obviously we've got restrictions in place in England. I don't know about anywhere else in the world, but plan your meals and do not overspend on food so you don't have to be eating turkey sandwiches for the next 10 weeks. Can you make any homemade gifts? So do you have any skills that you can put to good use this Christmas? It's probably going to be best for people if they get memorable presents because things that are personalized, we remember them more than something that is shop bought and generic to everybody. If you don't have these skills, like me, then the other thing you could consider doing is looking around the house and seeing if you've got any old presents that you are yet to use and you can re-gift them to somebody. Just be careful, don't re-gift them to the person who gifted it to you in the first place. I have heard. The final tip for you guys is if you are going to be buying stuff on discount, I would suggest checking the discount history. So it's not unheard of for shops to actually inflate prices of goods and then bring them down just so they can claim that it's on 50% or 60% or whatever the deal might be. So just be very careful. If you see something and it seems like it's a really good deal, just check that it's not been actually sold for a lower price previously. That's also been known to happen. That's it guys, I really hope you found these tips to be very helpful. If you enjoyed watching this video guys, please hit the like button, and if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe so you can be notified when I release any new videos. And if you have anybody who you think will benefit from watching this, please feel free to share it with them. And I would also be interested to know, drop me a comment, you know, what is Christmas going to be like for you? Are you going to be trying Secret Santa? Just put Secret Santa into the comments box. Or what is your strategy? Have you got other strategies or any tips to reduce how much you spend at Christmas that I haven't spoken about? Just drop me a line. Thank you for watching and I will catch you in the next video.